All right, everybody around the world, including all soul tribes, spread out. I am literally, since I'm connected to the divine, literally, we're in the seven portal. Hopefully, anybody understood if y'all study a lot of planetarians and knowing what's really going on when it comes to this shifting and knowing that we are guided to be guiding with other soul tribes throughout these platforms or not platforms for all of us. And since I've been watching others, readers, highly intuitive, they're on the right north node, we are literally dealing with Jupiter in our good time for people knowing the difference of karma and dharma. So, whatever everybody has been doing, and I read oracle cards and tarot cards because we all do it differently. This is where it gets interesting, where people could not understand why are y'all still doing idiotic rituals, sending death to earth angels or anointed ones, the prophetic, the prophecy, the prophetess. Might not pronounce it really well, but don't be surprised. Not everyone is perfectly perfect when it comes to pronunciation. Now, star seeds, we're all spread out celestial beings. Believe it or not, you can look it up. And since we are all in that ages of Aquarius, or ages of air signs of Aquarius, please understand, don't be only cheering for certain signs and knowing that you also have other signs on your planetary birth chart, literally. So, if y'all still were in greed, envious, and jealous towards others and other readers and other people doing similarity jobs like everybody else, then right there just said that you have not been healed and you lie to people on platforms and around the world. Now, we are here to pick up energy, right? But if you're highly connected, in tune with the universe, the cosmos, and the gates of 7 portals, please believe me, you haven't understand anything about the underworld and the astral realms when it comes to dreams in a lot of places. If you did not got the memo, literally. Now, I don't abuse my abilities and gifts or power, however you want to call it, energy. The thing is, to be honest with you, is if y'all want to keep harvesting, walking into somebody's destiny, good luck on that. Because if you are not able to be walking in somebody's, their footprint of their own path, then you have no idea what that person had gone through throughout their life of childhood trauma and where they have made it, no matter what your circumstances. You can't criticize people, literally, regardless of how much people have damaged that person. You don't know what attention a person has in between or in behind of anything when it comes to manifestation on others whatsoever. But if you're gonna mock people because of why? Because they had to lose their home, they lost their children, they lost everything because people wished on it for doing rituals and stuff and thinking it was not gonna come back or get karma get back to everybody. Do you know that we're all been tested every single second of our day, regardless how good or how bad it is? But people take it for granted. So we're gonna do this, and regardless if my videos come across to your platforms or your pages. But I am a soul tribe, a part of the 144,000 starseed celestial beings. You know, if anybody didn't understood the planet of Zeta, Alpha, and Beta, I promise you, that those are the Oracle Delphine, literally the Temple of Apollo. There's 7 of us, star sisters galactic, cosmos, that we are really spread out in different color, shape, and forms. And since it is females who rules, they should know exactly what are their intention when it comes to doing their higher calling in their life. Now, there are 7 brothers, including on their planetarium too. That is why they call it the beta, and that's when they become alpha. Because if the alpha is not doing their job, then the beta has to take over the alpha position, no matter if you're a man or a woman. Because people that likes to walk into feminine energy and they're masculine, or you got women that walks in masculine energy, trust me, you're not healed. No matter what it is, if you turn yourself to be in the whole lesbians and gays and transsexual. Because you can't be bisexual, because that's considered third of each, one of one. That does not count. That is worse. That there is more selfish in a person, literally, than anybody can ruin something. Because of what? Of your pleasing, of not understanding. Either you be out of your own closet and accept your own sexuality, or you consider yourself a really coward of not accepting who you are, and you're in a relationship or in a marriage or in a situationship because of you are still attracted to the same sex. I am literally no longer in that whole phase of I am bisexual any longer, because in my past I was bi-curious. That's different than being actual than I am. And no, I'm not a lesbian, and I'm not against anything or against gay men. It's just there are people who really do hate the same sex because of what they have gone through and never been healed, in all honesty. So, if anybody likes to plot, scheme, or blackmail people because of thinking it's gonna, I don't understand people in this world. What kind of humanity? So, if you die right there and then, because you don't know what's gonna happen to your fate, you die and you're like, oh my god, I'm gonna die. Okay. Everybody in church and everybody who thinks and start praying to God, you did everything, yeah, but you saw your death in the lake of fire. So when you make it to the portals or the gates, they're gonna be gates. When you see yourself there, you're gonna literally be in front of 2. Oh no, I say 2. 2. You're gonna be in the scale of Mayat, in the scale of Santa Muerte, because Anubis is going to be there too. No, don't get me wrong. See, Shango and Igba, Legba, Ishu, Ifa, Ogun. Please believe me, that is part of my bloodline too. Regardless if I don't have to look so dark-skinned, because I have African bloodline in my own bloodline too. Oh, I'm Egyptian, darlings. I'm very highly mixed with Asian descended, Greek, Celtics. I mean, I know I'm highly mixed with Indonesianist, Spanish, not Native American Indonesianist. People got these mistaken about Indonesianists. Native Americans are native from other languages, from other lands, from other tongue lands, that they came to the United States. That's how they breeded. See, this is why people need to understand and start doing some research. You can't be cheating off somebody and doing a divination abuse, because it thinks that you are doing a divination abuse and you want to seal somebody's destiny. Then you have no idea who are their ancestors. Because as I recalled, being in my department of my ancestors, trust me, they'll knock the crap out of your own ancestors, and your ancestors be working for mines. Literally. So, as an actually earth angel, because we're all in disguise, don't get me wrong, I'm not literally, no, you know, I'm more grateful and more humble. I don't have a malicious in my heart. But noticing that people like to ruin, destroy people, make fun of people on these platforms and thinking what they're going to be in divine counterparts and so busy in this whole thing, why don't you look at yourself and consider of taking yourself an education of acknowledgement? Because in all honesty, in this world, everyone's more worried and concerned about all of these things of how many likes and how many all of this. What they should be concerning is this, how you're going to get out of something you have put out in the universe and you manifested exactly what you have done. So hopefully people can understand what am I explaining and I'm saying. Because as I recalled for myself, I'm actually a master ascender who incarnated in this life. The definition of incarnated is so many times a person that has to be incarnated in this world. We're us old souls who's been in this planet for a very long life. This was my last stop in this life. That means once you're woken up, that means that you are destined to either you understand why you were woken up, why you were chosen and picked in your lineage of your family of ancestors, then you can understand why you are wide awake than others who are not. And then you can understand why you are always feeling the outcast or the black sheep or not fitted really, really well because of what you have gone through. That's what's really in this world of misguided and misconcepted a lot when it comes to spirituality and when it comes to acknowledgement of knowing the understanding of the unknowns and the known. Now, when people don't appreciate it of what people have unalived people, necromancy and all of this, and people are just learning and studying it, congratulations. You are now becoming more wide aware of a lot of things that you were never spoken or taught to, because since your siblings and them were able to learn all of this, voodoo, hoodoo, witchcraft, dark magic, and all of this, it makes it really hard for those who never knew about it, and then they wonder why their life is in shambles in the worst way, literally. Either we are always going to be cussing or not, but it's all depending how well a person is being authentically who they are. And don't get me wrong, I don't give it two rats of an ass about anything that has been affected to me. So for all the people that likes to conjuring up anything that it's in the hurt and the past, trust me, I'm way too healed for all of this shit, for myself. And I know many others who has done it too. But I know this, that I'm really, really awesomely proud for those who's actually are in their journey's path. And hopefully a day that we all literally start guiding and start moving where we're supposed to be moving and meet up, we're going to be able to meet more of our real true soul tribes that is spread out because of all this chaotic on this planet of the hurricanes, earthquakes, and volcano destruction and everything else. Y'all need to put attention of the weather, because since people are too busy about how much they're going to get spent, what they're going to be costing material life, y'all are still stuck in the material, the matrix. Y'all will never understand that we're in the ends of revolution time. Revelation is what we are living in the biblical time, no matter what language we speak. But in all honesty, we're living in it, whether y'all like it or not to believe it. But seers are wing seers, seers that we see ahead of things time before it happened. For us, we normally see things 3 years at a time, depending if it's 3 weeks, 3 days, 3 hours. Depending 6 or not, but it's normally 3. But if you don't understand that, I promise you, doing the 369 method and thinking that's okay, you're basically calling down Archangel of Gabriel to knock the shit out of you, and then calling down the worst of the Archangel of Azrael that is coming and knocking your door, and don't even know who's in the actual is Archangel of Michael, who's actually the 6th, because the 3rd is Gabriel. That I'm trying to let y'all know how that shit works when you come knowing about the archangels of what they are in their calling. See, this is why people Don't pretend and saying you are a goddess when you don't even know half of that shit. Or pretending to be something that you're not. Because I recalled Egyptian goddess. They've been reincarnated over and over and over. They can look the same. But the thing is, they get from darkest to light. So please understand that what I'm trying to say. The Egyptians' time were Asian Egyptians, Indonesians Egyptians. So, what I'm trying to say is whoever keeps telling theirself they're Isis, Cleopatra, and everything else, you need to study dynasty. The first to the last dynasty. Because it's been the same person from the beginning until the end of dynasty. And as I recall, she was from the darkest to the lightest. And I know that for a fact is because whoever keeps calling it out, she's not darker than the color skin it is. I know what I'm talking about, what I'm saying. Because I recalled, not everybody has that emerald clay tablet. Trust me, there's a different tablet for each department. But nobody has tablets because they weren't assigned to it. So, if anybody wants to say themselves, they're all of this, they're justice, no, cabrones. It doesn't work, all of this stuff. So people, please, tarot reader community, quit thinking that you can switch people from their destiny when they're all ages differently. So don't be thinking you are justice and liberty for that part when it is a younger person who's actually in charge of the justice, literally. I know so what I'm talking about. So all of this that y'all thinking y'all are pharaohs and god queens and stuff, oh no, darling, good luck. Because as I recalled, not everybody looks exactly how they died and how they look when they open the tombs. I'm just saying. So please, be my guest. Start looking into certain things and investigate better. Because as I recalled, it's a spiritual guru that is an actual Egyptian in this life that has been incarnated. So if you don't know and you're thinking that you can pass away more easily, want to pass and have the person harm, good luck. Because I recall, death is actually my best friend. We actually talk. You know what death is, right? I think y'all need to start studying more about the angel of death. Because you don't know who am I in that department. Oh, don't worry.